What is good, YouTube, and welcome back to a brand new video. Hope you guys had a fantastic weekend, but today we are back with another rebuild. As you guys know, we've been doing these blowing up rebuilds and you guys seem to enjoy them a ton. So today I'm coming at you with a blowing up Washington Wizards rebuild. Let's get it. Before we get into today's video, make sure you guys drop a like on this one. Of course, subscribe if you're new to the channel. As always, greatly appreciated. We are on the road to 30,000 subs, and we're trying to reach that goal before this year ends. And we're obviously in the last month of the year, so if you're not subscribed, we'd greatly appreciate it if you did. But regardless, we have blown up the Washington Wizards. You guys know how this goes. If you've seen the first 5 that we've done, or I don't even know how many we've done so far, but they've been a lot of fun to do. And today I did it with the 11 and 13 Washington Wizards. I'm not saying this will be the direction the Wizards go at the trade deadline, but if things maybe aren't looking so hot, you have Kuzma on kind of a player option expiring. Porzingis, same thing. Maybe you could look to sell them high, get assets out of them. So that's kind of what I did here. And we also traded Bradley Beal. So we basically blew this team up. Let's take a look at it, and then we'll rebuild this team from here. So let's just start off from the top. Bradley Beal is traded to the Dallas Mavericks to get Luka Doncic some help. We walk away with Tim Hardaway, Reggie Bullock, Dwight Powell, 2 first-rounders, and Jaden Hardy. So, feeling good about that. Bradley Beal is going to be helping Luka Doncic, and like I said, we walk away with, 2 first-round picks and Jaden Hardy. Bradley Beal's no trade clause is going to hurt his trade value. I don't know if he's ever going to request a trade. It seems like he loves it in Washington, so I'm not saying he will, but that was just an idea of mine. The next trade, this is under the assumption that the Bulls, just like, no, we're not blowing it up. We refuse to blow it up, so we are going to try to get better. So this is the way they could maybe get better, where Porzingis is a little bit better of a rim protector than Vucevic, and he does the same thing as far as spacing the floor. So you get Porzingis at the trade deadline for Kobe White and a first-round lottery protected Blazers pick. That way the Bulls, try to keep their playoff hopes alive and try to make something happen. And we obviously take on Vucevic's expiring contract, and he will be gone after the season. Next trade was just kind of a simple salary dump from the New York Knicks. The New York Knicks are going to turn their attention to free agency. So they dump Evan Fournier's contract. They take on Will Barton's expiring. We take on a first-round pick from the Mavericks and then 2 second-rounders. So basically, the Knicks, like I said, they get off Fournier's contract entirely. Feels like he barely plays for them anymore. So that's kind of what we did there. The next trade, we send Kyle Kuzma to the Suns. Suns obviously looking for a power forward, where we walk away with 1 first-round pick out of this trade. You got Jay Crowder going to the 76ers. We get Matisse Thybulle and Daniel House. So that's kind of what it is. So that is your official blowing up rebuild of the Washington Wizards. So this is what our roster is looking like now. You have Vucevic, Monte Morris, Gafford, Dwight Powell, Corey Kispert, Hachimura, DeLon Wright, Deni Avdija, Matisse Thybulle, Evan Fournier, Kobe White, Tim Hardaway, Reggie Bullock, Johnny Davis. You got Goodwin down here and Jaden Hardy. So a lot of guys I want to get some minutes to, because, obviously we are kind of in tank mode now. So if you take a look at our draft pick situation now, we walked away with some first round picks, which is nice. We recuperated some assets. We have 3 first round picks in this draft, which is awesome. Do have some protections on it, but that Sun's unprotected. And I think our pick belongs to the Thunder, but it has some protections on it. So it is lottery protected. So obviously we want to be in the lottery. So let's make sure we're in the lottery. But let's look at our rotation right now. So rotation right now is going to be Morris, Thybulle, Avdija, Hachimura, Vucevic, Gafford, Powell, DeLon Wright, Corey Kispert. I don't want that. I personally want to play Johnny Davis like really badly. So I am going to throw Johnny Davis over Matisse Thybulle. I'm going to keep playing Deni Avdija. Kobe White, I'll throw him in here for like DeLon Wright, I guess, something like that. I just want to play my young guys, and I'm going to throw Jaden Hardy in here somewhere as well. And that will be our rotation. So can I get Jaden Hardy in here somewhere? I probably have to go like 10-minute rotation and throw him at the end here. So Tim Hardaway, not going to be getting any minutes right away. So yeah, it's going to be a weird, funky rotation, but I want to play my young guys. So let me fix this real quick, and I'll show you what we're doing. So like I said, it's going to be kind of a funky rotation, but this is the rotation going to roll with. It's going to be Monte Morris, Johnny Davis, Deni Avdija, Rui Hachimura, Vucevic, Gafford, Thybulle, Kobe White, Corey Kispert, Tim Hardaway, and Jaden Hardy. So going to be a little weird, but that's what we're going to run for the rest of the season. Obviously, a lot of these guys aren't going to be sticking around past the season, but I'm excited to see how Johnny Davis can do with maybe a better workload now. Deni Avdija is going to have some more shots. So we'll see how the rest of the season goes, and hopefully things just end up being bad where we're in the lottery. Maybe we win the sweepstakes for Wembanyama. You see this, man? This could be you right here. Today's video is brought to you by Prize Picks. Prize Picks is the best way to get more out of the game you're watching. You're picking overs or unders on your favorite players who you love watching each and every day. Let me show you how it works. Prize Picks is available on mobile or desktop, and you basically get to choose 2 to 5 players, and you choose over or under on their props that they give you. You pretty much have every sport you can imagine on here. But let's say I wanted to go ahead and put a bet on Mitchell and Joel Embiid. I want to go more and more on them. If I get it right, I 3 times my money. Let's say I want to go up to 5 players, which is the most you can go up to. You can go more or more on all of them, and that's going to 10 times your money. I started with $100, and so far I'm up to $500. I've been having a ton of fun over here on Prize Picks. If you want to go ahead and sign up, link is down in the description below. Use code Crushables. Their matching deposit, dollar for dollar, up to $100. If you deposit $100, you get $200 to work with. Thank you, Prize Picks, for sponsoring today's video. Back to the rebuild. So at the end of the season, we're obviously not in the playoffs. We kind of figured that would be the case, but does any of our trades impact anything here? No, I guess 76ers made it with maybe Jay Crowder. I don't know if that was the full thing that helped them, but they go on to win a championship. They usually do without that anyway. So take a look at the player stats. We have 17 from Vucevic, 13 from Johnny Davis. So that's kind of promising to see that he got in there and shot a little bit. So I really do want to try to develop Johnny Davis for this rebuild. If we can keep him as our starting shooting guard throughout the video, that would be, awesome, but we'll see how that goes. Rui Hachimura with 11 points, Gafford with 10, Monte Morris with 10. So we'll see. The first step, obviously, is going to be the lottery. Like, this is going to be the first major step. Pretty much every blowing up rebuild, this is kind of the first major step because obviously we want to get like a really good pick here. So let's see what happens. Rockets number 14. We are projected to be in the top 4, so I might just skip to it. I mean, we should watch it, shouldn't we? So Clippers, number 13. Number 12 is going to go to the Pelicans. As long as there are no surprises here, we should be good. And wow, the Pelicans already leapfrog. It's already messed up. So yeah, I figured we dropped down to 7, bro. The Pelicans via the Lakers jump up to 2. That is crazy. So we have the 7th pick in this draft, and then we also have 17, 18, and 20. So we have 3, 4 first-round picks in this draft, so maybe we can convince the Thunder or the Rockets to trade down with us, but I don't know, man. I might just stick and draft a bunch of young guys and hope they can stick. So head coach, I mean, we could just bring back Wes Unseld. You got not Jaden Hardy, but Will Hardy out here. Stauffer, Dwayne Casey could be an interesting developmental head coach here. You know what? Why not? Let me give, oh, never mind. He's not going to sign here. I probably had to offer more money. All good, though. Head coach, we got Chase Wallace. Is Wes Unseld saw here? Let me just get a head coach real quick, and then we can head to draft night to figure out what we're going to do with all these picks. So the 2 major things we have to worry about is basically Hardaway's contract and Evan Fournier's contract, but we knew dang well we were taking on bad salaries when we kind of traded for these guys. So I mean, I don't know what kind of role they'll have, but like I said, we have 4 first-round picks in this draft. I mean, we could just draft 4 guys and have them be a huge part of what we do, or we could try to move up. Maybe we could package like a couple of these or a few of these into like a higher pick for more value here. So let's see if I can move up to like the end of the lottery maybe. The Clippers have 13. They probably would love to recuperate some picks because obviously they don't have any. So if I throw like 17, 18, maybe 20, would they give me 13 if I moved up? Well, maybe just 17 and 18 would they? Yeah, boom. So we do that without even trading up 20. So now we have 13, 7, and 20. I'll take that. So let's go into the draft of 7. Let's see what we're going to take. So far, Wembanyama goes number 1, Scoot Henderson number 2, Whitmore, Miller, Keontae George, Derek Whitehead. So do we have Nick Smith Jr. on the board, Tyrese Proctor. I mean, I think I got to take Nick Smith Jr. and not look back. I got to be very, very happy with that selection at 7. So I'll be happy with that. And at number 13, Gregory Jackson still available as well. Amari Bailey. You got Wallace, Derek Lively. I think I'm going to take Gregory Jackson here and be very, very happy with that pick as well. And at number 20, you got Dylan Mitchell, which I kind of like the idea of. You got Jacob Toppin down there. Is that guy related to Obi Toppin? I'm not sure. Dylan Mitchell, though. I think I'll take Dylan Mitchell here, the 19-year-old prospect. So just like that, feeling pretty good about how we came on the draft. We got a 78 overall at number 7. Him and Johnny Davis could probably handle the backcourt going forward. I don't know how we'll roll with that, but also got Zach Edey in the end of the 2nd round. Reggie Bullock, I'm going to decline. Denny Avdia, I'm going to accept, obviously. And Corey Kispert, I'm going to accept. So hopefully Avdia, we can develop. Matisse Thybulle, Rui Hachimura, Kobe White are all free agents that I have a little interest in, but not really. Kobe White maybe could have been somebody I developed here, but I mean, I still could technically. He's asking for $14 million. He's got 9 points per game, or he averaged 9 points per game for us. But honestly, I feel like I kind of want to roll with Nick Smith Jr. and Johnny Davis as my backcourt here, really. I don't know, because we have Morris and DeLon Wright. We're going to be backing up right now. I think I might want to get rid of DeLon Wright here. And then the shooting guards, we have so many, but Hardaway and Evan Fournier aren't going to really play a role. Then you have Dia, hopefully can develop into that small forward spot. Gregory Jackson is new power forward. And then we still have Gafford at center, which I do like. He's not great. I don't know how much he'll develop in this game, but we'll probably have to roll with it. So I don't think I'll be signing anyone in free agency. So So at this point, let's just try to move some guys around. So I'm going to move Tim Hardaway to small forward. Up to a 77 overall. So it'll be Nick Smith Jr., Corey Kispert, and then Johnny Davis. Like I said, I want to be able to roll one of these guys as a point guard if I can. So we'll figure out if we can do that. We can have those two to start together going forward. And then Corey Kispert will be off the bench. Evan Fournier won't get minutes. And then Jaden Hardy, also someone I want to get minutes too. So we just need a backup front court player. And we should be ready to roll. So got like Grant Williams, Washington, Isaac. We can take like a flyer on Isaac maybe in free agency. Because obviously he just hasn't been playing. So yeah, or you could just get Hachimura back as well, which should probably just do that. So Rui Hachimura back on his qualifying offer, sign me up, and then I'm not going to bring back anyone else. So I'm going to renounce Thibault, I'm going to renounce Kobe White. I just don't think there's a spot for him on the team, although we could develop him. I think it's just best to go with what we have right now. I don't want to focus on a couple of guys. So Hachimura, I'm going to give him maybe a 2-year deal. I don't want to be locked into him too long, so I'm going to give him a 2-year contract to stay on the team, and that will be my offseason. Nothing great. But hopefully Johnny Davis and Nick Smith Jr. are about to take over. So Gafford's up and Johnny Davis is up 3, which is promising to see. So at least he's developing. Avdia's developing. Corey Kispert. Hardaway, of course, went up because I moved his position. And then Jaden Hardy's developing down there as well. So we'll see what our rotation's about to look like. But we're still going to be a pretty bad team, obviously. So rotation for this season will be Johnny Davis, Nick Smith Jr., Danny Avdia, Rui Hachimura, Gafford, Monte Morris, Gregory Jackson, Jaden Hardy, and Corey Kispert. Then Tim Hardaway at the end. Dylan Mitchell's the only one we aren't giving minutes to just yet, but eventually I do want to get him in there. But for now, we're just going to kind of see how this goes. Proficiency is 3 stars, 7 seconds. We have the first girl head coach in the NBA, which is also kind of cool. Shot tendencies, Nick Smith Jr. is already up to a 92, and Johnny Davis is already up to an 83. So I don't even have to mess with that. Gregory Jackson, 79. The only one I do kind of want to mess with is Denny Avdia. I would like to see Denny Avdia develop a little bit more. So I am going to mess with his shot tendency just a bit. Push up to like a 70, and I'll be happy with that. So let's simulate this season. We're probably going to be really bad still, but hopefully Johnny Davis and Nick Smith Jr. can just kind of develop as much as possible because that's the game plan right now. Well, Gregory Jackson won 6th Man of the Year, which is kind of cool to see. Averaged 12 points off the bench. I'm not sure how you can give a 21 team a 6th Man of the Year award, but sure. Yeah, like I said, man, we won 20 games. Not good at all. But player stats, the silver lining is Nick Smith Jr. averaged 21. Johnny Davis only 13. Don't love that. I would love to see him become a really good scorer for us. I am trying to develop this guy into like a really good player that eventually leads us to a championship. But 13 points is not promising. I thought that 83 shot tendency would be just fine. Maybe he's just very inefficient. I don't know what's going on. He attempted 11 shots, but we got to fix that pronto because like I said, I am trying to develop him into a really good player for us. So we got Cleveland, Detroit. We're going to see who goes win a championship real quick. Got the Cavaliers, of course, and the Grizzlies, which would be a very fun series, might I add. But the Grizzlies go on to win it all. Player time is LeBron James is retiring a Laker, which is interesting. But to the lottery go. Obviously, like I said, we were terrible, absolutely atrocious. So obviously, once again, we are hoping for some lottery luck. We are projected a #1 overall pick. Do we get lucky? And we do stay at #1, which is absolutely beautiful. So we have the first pick. We've been granted the first overall pick. Really needed that, to be honest with you. So I'm very, very happy to have it. Would have loved to have had it last year, obviously, but I'll take it here. I believe this is the Nasir Cunningham draft, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe it's not. I would have to look. But assistant head coach. Gonna grab a assistant real quick. And then if we have a perimeter coach, yeah, we do. Goldman. And now we can jump in on draft night. So I don't know if we had any other picks. I wasn't really paying attention, but I was just, kind of focused in on that first overall pick. We have the #1 overall pick, and that's it. So as far as who is the best player in this draft, this is the DJ Wagner draft. So that actually makes things interesting. I think Nasir Cunningham is next year, and you also have Booker as well. So DJ Wagner and Nick Smith Jr. could be my brand new backcourt. I think I have to kind of roll with that. I mean, unless there's someone else. So I don't know what that means for Johnny Davis, but maybe it's just how the cookie crumbles at this point. So I think we are going to draft, unless we want Xavier Booker, which we could as well do that. Want Xavier Booker, he's got Hall of Fame ceiling, but so does, I guess DJ Wagner doesn't have a Hall of Fame ceiling. So which one do I want is the question. I don't know. I'm actually really torn on this one, to be honest with you. Because I want to develop Johnny Davis. I really do. Right now we have Gregory Jackson at the power forward spot and Rui Hachimura. So I'm torn. Which one do I want? On draft, I have to make a decision. I don't know. He averaged 24.5 in college, shot 83% from 3. What? Xavier Booker doesn't even show his stats. Undrafted. Position average. We don't know anything about his overalls. I guess I'll take Xavier Booker here. I'm gonna continue to try to develop Johnny Davis. I'm gonna go in on Johnny Davis. I'm invested. I think we could have been fine with either. Gonna take Xavier Booker. I think DJ Wagner would have been a great pick as well, but I'm glad to take Xavier Booker here. Player options: Evan Fournier. Of course, I'm gonna try to get out of that contract as soon as possible. So yes, I am declining that. Hardy, Kispert, and then qualifying offers Denny Avdia, which I'll try to bring him back if possible. Free agency time. Anthony Davis is sitting here. Avdia, like I said, I want to bring him back if I can. I'm going to renounce those guys. Going to renounce Monte Morris as well. There's really not a spot for him anymore at this point. So Denny Avdia, I'm going to give a 3-year deal to keep him around in Washington. And then I don't think there's anything else I want to do unless there's a free agent like Vassell, Herb Jones. Like those are some young guys and that are cool or take flyers on. That would be cool to take flyers on. But Johnny Davis, you got Corey Kispert. So now we kind of have our guards. So I can move Jaden Hardy to point guard or, yeah, Jaden Hardy to point guard. So Jaden Hardy is going to be the backup point guard. I'm going to try to develop him still. And then next Jr. Corey Kispert. You have Tim Hardaway, which obviously we don't want him here anymore. So probably trade him. Xavier Booker, Gregory Jackson, Rui Hachimura, and then Daniel Gafford. I mean, we really do need a center. Like, I like Gafford, but I think a better center would probably make sense. There's Onyeka on Kongwu, but I don't really know if I want to give him the full-time starter role. Jalen Duren is sitting here, which honestly, I would take a flyer on him, to be honest with you. So if the Pistons don't want him, I'll sign him up for a 4-year deal. We need a center anyway, so give me Jalen Duren, and I think that would be a great signing for us. So Jalen Duren, easy to get, so Daniel Gafford can move back to the bench. And I want to trade Tim Hardaway and maybe even Rui Hachimura for something. But let me get Hardaway out of here. Even for like a 2nd-round pick, I'll take it. We got Robinson. So we got the Miami Heat wanting just something out of Robinson. He has a player option left. Yeah, why not? We'll get a 1st-round pick for, not dealing with, or the Miami Heat no longer have to deal with Robinson's contract. Rui Hachimura, I might trade him as well. I think there's just not a spot for him anymore. So if we can maybe trade him for something, I'll do it. If I can just get like a first for him, just like, yeah, like the Thunder, maybe want to give him a chance next to Shea, I'll do it for Miami protected. Sure, why not? Boom. Just like that, we have our new team I'm kind of focused in on developing. So this is our core, brand new core. Obviously going to keep adding to it as much as possible, but you have Jalen Duren up to an 80, which is nice. Gregory Jackson up to an 80, 80 for Gafford. Johnny Davis does not move. Oh man, that sucks. I'm trying to be invested in Johnny Davis, Denny Avdia, Nick Smith Jr., but we'll see, man. Hopefully, it can continue to get him to develop. I'll maybe boost his shots into like crazy. I want this guy to be really good for us. So here's your brand new rotation for the season. Johnny Davis, Nick Smith Jr., Denny Avdia, Xavier Booker, Jalen Duren, Gafford, Gregory Jackson, Corey Kispert, and Jaden Hardy. I think this team's already shaping up pretty nicely. Hopefully, Booker can be really damn good for us. He has a 91 shot tendency. Gregory Jackson is 83. Nick Smith Jr. is an 80. And then Johnny Davis, like I said, man, trying to develop him into a really good player for us. So you know what? I'm going to give him the keys to go ahead and shoot as much as he wants. 94 shot tendency. Why not? Over Xavier Booker. So let's see how that goes for us. Hopefully Johnny Davis can be really good. Let's see what happens. Garland's going to win an MVP. You got DJ Wagner winning Rookie of the Year. I really wanted to draft him, but I think we did a good job with Xavier Booker. Hopefully, Fultz 6-man, Giannis Defensive Player, Jay Shantae Most Improved, and Steven is your Coach of the Year for the Rockets. So the Rockets started getting it together, which, by the way, hopefully Wednesday. I haven't done a Rockets rebuild since September, which is crazy. That is a long time ago, I think, is the last time I did a Rockets rebuild. I'm hoping to do a 10-year Rockets rebuild on Wednesday, if not Saturday. So that'll be my next 10-year rebuild if Rockets fans are looking for a rebuild. Because I haven't done them in forever. I didn't realize how long it's been since I've done a Rockets rebuild. But yeah, it has been that long. But boys, I have some exciting news. We got in the play-in tournament. 7th seed in the Eastern Conference. So things are starting to turn around a little bit. Johnny Davis averaged 19 points per game, which is promising. 19 from Nick Smith Jr., Xavier Booker with 15. 13 from Jalen Duren, 12.5 from Jackson, 12 from Gafford, and then 12 from Denny Avdia. So it's starting to shape up nicely here. Hopefully, Nick Smith and Johnny Davis can just continue to develop, but I don't know if we're a championship contender just yet. And we do not get out of the first play-in tournament game, but now we have to play the Detroit Pistons, which isn't going to be easy. They have a backcourt of Ivy and Kate Cunningham who are already fully developed while we're kind of developing ours. So let's see. Oh, we beat them. So we do beat the Pistons. I mean, it's a single game elimination. We beat them 113 and 121. Johnny Davis showed up big time in that one. We love to see it, but now we get the first seed Cleveland Cavaliers. I highly doubt we upset them, but I guess you never really know. Anything's possible. It's only current round against them, and can we get one? We got two. We got 2 games. I'll take that. Hey, we got some playoff experience. That's all that matters. Gafford, Johnny Davis, but obviously still more work to be done, but I'm happy with making it to the playoffs, in year number 4 or 3 or whatever it is now. We are projected a pick in the lottery from the Dallas Mavericks. I don't even remember if this pick has protections on it or not. I think I got 2 different Dallas picks, one from the Knicks and one from them, from obviously a trade with I forgot who I traded them, but oh my goodness, no way. Back-to-back number 1 overalls. We have 16 and 17 as well. So now we can get Nasir Cunningham to out of this roster. I mean, how lucky can a man get? That is crazy. We can have back-to-back number 1s. I think the last time, I think I had that happen to me in the Bulls rebuild as well, if I remember. So yeah, I mean, we got some lottery luck on our sides today. I guess the lottery player or whoever is above the lottery just loves us today. We'll take that. The NBA just loving us right now, and they're rigging the lottery for us. I'll take it though. So we have the number 1 overall pick, which means we can add Nasir Cunningham to the roster, which is awesome. And then that will probably kick out, I don't even know who is our backup small forward. Dylan Mitchell, I don't think ever really got any run. So yeah, I believe this is the Nasir Cunningham draft, if I'm not mistaken. So if we go take a look if that is the case, prospect scouting, and that is in the Nasir Cunningham draft. We got Robert Dillingham as well, which could be, he's an 80 overall. I mean, if we didn't believe in Johnny Davis anymore, but Nasir Cunningham also really good. So once again, I'm kind of faced with a decision here, but I am going to go ahead and take Nasir Cunningham, the 19-year-old. I could take Robert Dillingham as well. Like I said, we have 16 and 17 in this draft as well. I don't even know who to take. Give me Carter Knox, I guess, and that will be actually, I didn't mean to sim because I had another pick, but yeah, so could have taken Robert Dillingham, but it looks like Cunningham is pretty good as well. We got Knox, McCain. We also had a couple of good second rounders. I'll sign my first one. Player options, Robinson accepts, of course, and then you got Gregory Jackson, Nick Smith Jr., Johnny Davis, Dylan Mitchell, all coming back, and then qualifying offers Jaden Hardy, Corey Kispert are 2 guys I definitely would like to bring back. Obviously, I've kind of developed Jaden Hardy as much as I can. And then Corey Kispert, Jaden Hardy, free agents. And then honestly, I kind of want to wait till after free agency to see if there's a trade for me to make, because we have so many assets that there could be a trade on the table. So we're going to wait after moratorium. So everyone's been kind of signed that's, important. We could get like a Josh, we could probably match salaries to get like a really good player here. So Johnny Davis right now is the point guard, right? Maybe we just don't believe in Johnny Davis at this point. I like him a lot, but maybe he just never develops into what we want him to be. I don't know. I want to take a look around the league real quick to see if there's a trade out there that could be a lot of fun for us to make, because we have so many assets at this point. Maybe there's a trade to be made where we can get a good player on this Wizards roster. There's a chance I end up regretting not making a trade here, but I decided not to. There just really wasn't anything that I liked. I tried to maybe go for Tyrese Maxey and LaMelo Ball, but it just wasn't available. So we got Booker up to an 86, so he's up 5 overall, which is awesome. Nick Smith Jr. is up. Gregory Jackson's up. So even if Johnny Davis isn't going to develop into the player I want him to be, I guess, in this video, then whatever. We're just going to have to be carried by everyone else. So that's fine. I mean, we're still trying to roll with Johnny Davis as the point guard of the team. But yeah, unfortunately, he just isn't developing, man. It kind of sucks. It's just 2K doesn't have him as a good developmental player, I guess. Unless if I mess it with myself, he's not going to develop, which kind of sucks because he was going overall, up and overall at first, but now he's just stalled out and not going to anymore. Which is fine. It is what it is. But now we can look at our rotation, and honestly, we're going to start to get involved in the playoffs year after year. So 9-man rotation: Johnny Davis, Nick Smith Jr., Denny Avdia, Xavier Booker, Jalen Duren, Gregory Jackson, Nasir Cunningham, Gafford, and Corey Kispert. Dylan Mitchell is here, and Jaden Hardy. And then there's still room to make a trade potentially if we need to. Proficiency is 4-star 7 seconds. So if things aren't going well, and at the trade deadline, there's a trade to be made, I might make it, but hopefully we're just a really good team and we can go to the playoffs. So Garland's going to win MVP again. You got Ian Jackson. I thought that was Gregory Jackson again. I was like, hey, Gregory Jackson, a rookie, but Ian Jackson, rookie of the year. Gregory Jackson, welcome back. 12 and 8 off the bench. Giannis offensive player, oh, that is Giannis. I was like, wait, is that Giannis? It is. Most improved goes to Kendall Brown. Mark coach of the year, and Xavier, our executive of the year, goes to Leroy Sessions. All right. All-NBA first team, I doubt we have anybody representing, but we can take a look just in case, because this season went absolutely swimmingly well. We got the 2nd seed in the Eastern Conference, so things are starting to turn around. 21 from Nick Smith Jr., 18 from Johnny Davis. Although his overall sucks, he's at least contributing at a high level still. Xavier Booker, 17 points per game. Jalen Duren with 14. Nasir Cunningham, 13 off the bench. 12, 9, 4, and then 2. So, I mean, this team is pretty damn good around Johnny Davis, so even if he's not going to develop into anything for us, everyone else around him should develop. We do have to do with Giannis Antetokounmpo on the Knicks, though, to start off our playoffs. So, not really sure what to expect here. I mean, we have a pretty good roster overall, but we'll see what happens. Somebody current round against the Knicks. I have a bad feeling about this, and I said I had a bad feeling, and my feeling was right. So, You have the Knicks and the Cavaliers, and now you have Wembanyama versus Giannis, which is kind of crazy to think about, but the Jazz going to win it all. I want this to be my last offseason if possible. I really do. I think I want to capitalize on whatever I need to do here, make a trade, do something. I want to make this our championship roster. I really do. We are right there to make it happen. We're going to keep everything the same there. You know, I got to fill this out real quick, but if there's a trade to be made, we got to do it. We got to go for it. I mean, we just got to make something happen here. We have our starting small forward, our starting power forward. We have our starting center technically in Jalen Duren, but if there's another center out there that just might be way better to go get, I think we got to do it. Try to keep them on the same timeline as well, though. Don't want to go too crazy out of the ordinary where you go for somebody like, you know, like an Embiid who's 30 or something like right now. But I do want to make a trade. So the Hawks are selling Trae Young. And I feel like that's a trade that just makes a lot of sense for us to go do right now, especially if he's still under contract. We have assets that I think we could probably get to him. You got the Nets who are selling Kevin Durant, but like I said, something like that. You got Halliburton available as well potentially, which also could be really cool. Pistons aren't considering Cade Cunningham untouchable. So yeah, I think we got to go for one of those three options. Then you got like D'Angelo Russell, Markelle Fultz, Shaedon Sharpe. We got to go for it. My first option is going to be Trae Young on the Hawks. I think we can bring Trae Young to Washington. That would be absolutely amazing. So he's on a 1-year deal. I don't even know what it would cost to get him. Nick Smith Jr., everyone that we have under contract is expiring right now. So Knox has 3-star trade value. Jalen Duren's going to have 2.5, so not much at all. I don't even know if I'm going to get to this point. Deni Avdija, Jaden Hardy might have some trade value to him. And then we also have McCain. I don't know if this is good enough, but I'm going to offer it anyway, which is unprotected. And then my unprotected 2028. All this for Trae Young. We get Trae Young on the roster. Trae Young is our brand new point guard here in Washington. Johnny Davis will back him up. Nick Smith Jr. will start next to him. Corey Kispert. Nasir Cunningham will be our new starting small forward. Xavier Booker, Gregory Jackson, Jalen Duren, and Gafford is still great enough. So I'm feeling good about that. That was a superstar trade I wanted to make. We accept all these, of course. And then the only thing we need to do now is bring back Johnny Davis. We keep Johnny Davis, but now he's going to be playing a bench role, and we're going to have to probably diminish his shot tendency. I want Gafford back as well. I'm going to sign Gafford. I don't want to lose him. And then Johnny Davis, like I said, I want to bring him back. So Gafford, bring him back. And then Johnny Davis, unless we wanted to let him, you know, fly his wings somewhere else and go for somebody different. But I think we just might as well just get him back. So Johnny Davis, welcome back. Although you didn't develop into the player I wanted you to be, I will take you back to back up Trae Young. And we have our full rotation. So hopefully Trae Young elevates us to the level we wanted. Let's go simulate this final season. So with Trae Young added to the mix, we ended up going 65-17 on the year. I'm assuming he made an All-NBA team, 28-14, exactly what we needed to carry this team where we wanted to be. And we gave up a lot to get him, but I think it was well worth it, especially if we can, you know, bring a championship here. So we have 28, 23, 18, 14.5, 14, 11, and then 8. So hopefully we don't get 8th seeded here. We have to play the Knicks. So once again, we have to deal with Giannis. If we get 8th seeded, I might rage quit. I'm not going to be honest with you. I'm going to be completely honest with you. Like, I didn't just go out there and get Trae Young to get 8th seeded here. So hopefully we don't lose to Giannis and the Knicks. Please don't lose to them, bro. Please, man. I'm begging you right now, 2K. I'm just doing everything in my power on my knees, just begging for you not to eliminate me in round 1 after I've done everything to get to this point. So far, we have the lead. Just blow them out. We should be golden. And I think we're good. We beat them. Okay. Thank you. I don't know why I have to run into Giannis every year, but we avoid him, or we do beat him this time. Now we get to play the Magic. They don't have a Giannis, but they have a Franz Wagner, which is still good, and a Paulo Banchero, not to mention as well. So it is not out of the realm of possibility to get eliminated here. We're down 1-0. We even it up, though. Please go up 2-1. 3-1, beat them in 5. Yes, we're in these conference finals, and now we get the Raptors. So we don't have to deal with the Celtics, which I don't know who I'd rather deal with, but we have to deal with Grant, Fred VanVleet, OG, Scotty Barnes, Siakam, Clint Capella, Derek Lively. So they have a pretty good rotation, I will admit, but hopefully we don't lose to Toronto. We're up 1-0. This gets us to the finals if we can get there. 2-0, 3-0. Do we beat them in 4? Yes, we are. We are in the finals to play Victor Wembanyama and the Jazz. Okay. Now I have to deal with Lou Dort, Vanderbilt, Sexton and Irving as a backcourt, Mitch Robinson, and Victor Wembanyama, of course. So Hopefully Victor doesn't ruin my dreams here. We've gotten this far. We're up 1-0. We're up 2-0. 3-0. Yes, baby. 3-1. Don't blow 3-0 lead. Let's go. Just like that, we have brought a championship home to the Washington Wizards to end the video. We went out there and got Trae Young to put this roster over the top. And I think it worked out in our favor. So I hope you boys enjoyed this video. Johnny Davis, I really wanted you to be the cornerstone of this team. Still averaged, 18 off the, or that's per 36. Let's see what he averaged. He averaged, if I can find it, players, it doesn't even matter at this point. I could probably go, I averaged 7, never mind. So, Johnny Davis, like I said, I wanted you to be the cornerstone, but you just didn't develop it all. But thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. This is Crushables. I'm saying peace. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you click here to watch another video that I know you'll love.